Law. um, um, the first time I was called Law was by my older brother Casino Chip. Growing up in Brooklyn, he would always call me different names and, just, older brother, little brother stuff. And the one name that always stuck, and I think that he called me the most out of anything, would be Law. And since he was the cooler older brother at the time, I was really just kind of taking what I could get, just the fact that he even said, "Yo, Law, I'm going to the park real quick," or "Law, I'll be right back, I'm going to the store." It just kind of stuck. So me being the creative one, I said, you know what? That sounds cool, but let me just embellish on that a little bit because, as everybody can pretty much tell, Law is short for Lawrence because those are the first three letters in my name, which is LAW. So that was kind of cool. And of course, later on, it would have a deeper meaning. But at that time, it was just simply Law. And I felt the need to make it more splashy and more creative so I could get people to call me something. And of course, my favorite show was LA Law with Jimmy Smith. So it just made so much sense. I used to watch that show on NBC all the time. And I just said, you know what, why don't I just call myself LA Law? And I told my older brother that, and he was like, "Oh, okay, that's really, really cool." So the fact that he liked it even more, it gave him more of a reason. So every now and then when he would joke at me, he'd be like, "Okay, LA Law, let me see what you gonna spit on this verse or what you gonna spit on this song or whatever." And as I got older, it really became an even deeper thing because you get older, you mature a little bit more, and you want to really have a name that exemplifies your personalities. And of course, like any other Brooklyn hood boy, I was dating real heavy at the time with a bunch of females, and I used to like to sing to them. And then of course, I was doing a lot of battling and MC with the dudes and the fellas, just rhyming and spitting and whatnot. So both of these sides were very interesting because I wasn't scrutinized for neither. I didn't go through what most artists go through. Like I wasn't ridiculed for the fact that I knew how to sing my ass off, and I wasn't ridiculed for the fact that I can rhyme my ass off. So as I got older, both sides of my personality on an artist level, it just began to make more sense. So eventually, L.A. Law got kind of corny. Plus, the TV show got canceled, so that really didn't make any sense to keep calling myself L.A. Law after a show that wasn't even around anymore. So I took both of my personalities and I attached LAW to them. So there's LAW, lyrical assault weapon, and that pretty much describes my rapid fire battle warrior side when I'm spitting on the microphone and doing the whole rhyming thing. So it just kind of made more sense to call me that. And then there's LAW, loving on women, because of the way I had with the ladies, and of course some of the ladies who loved the way I sing. So I had loving on women because I catered more to the singing whenever I was in front of a bunch of females. And then last but not least, going back to the beginning, it just made sense because LAW is the first three letters of my name, which is Lawrence. So there you go, LAW. And for the record, when I did have LA Law, it did stood for something. It was lyrical assassinator giving lyrical ass whippings. And, that was my reputation as a battle MC at that time because like a Tyson fight, I would go into a rhyme battle and I would just end it after my verse. Like one verse would just pretty much kill my competition. And that was it. So I earned the name Lyrical Assassinator because everybody be like, "Yeah, what's up, LA? Lyrical Assassinator." And it just kind of stuck. I'm like, I like that. So Lyrical Assassinator, and then of course Lyrical Ass Whippers because that's what I was giving out every time I got on the microphone to spit a verse. So it just kind of stuck. And that's the analogy of the LAW name. Now, as far as the trademark is concerned, the whole law, it started out with me imitating a Parliament record called Bigfoot Music. And some of y'all P-Funk fans, you already know about that song because that was actually the debut of the legendary, the immortal, one of the greatest vocalists in music history. And I'm talking about Glenn Goins. He was doing music make you stomp your feet, Lord. Like that whole thing. He was just like doing some stuff and just like saying all kind of stuff, hitting notes and woo, Lord. And that's pretty much what I would do after every verse. I'd just be like, my shit is so dope. I'm like, Lord, Lord. And it's so funny because I was really saying Lord. And people don't know that to this day. I was really saying LAWD or LLORD, like a Baptist minister, like Lord, like that whole kind of pullback sort of deal. And people thought that I was saying law. So after a while, I just started saying, well, since they believe I'm saying law, I might as well just make it that. And that's how that trademark stuck. So it's like, law. So now when I'm in the streets or people see me or people hit me up on the emails. They always add the extra like 7 W's to my name because they say in my trademark that they hear on the record. So that's how it pretty much became what it became.